Hi guys, I'm here wearing a new swing shoe that Pools Golf Club. What I want to talk about is clearing the hips. So what we need to do is focus on a drill. Think of a catapult in order for us to clear the hips. So if we were thinking of a catapult, the weight would be on the butt end of the club, and the less weight would be the bottom of the club. So what we need to do in order to achieve that is understand how the weight of the club works to encourage a bit more momentum through impact in order for us to hit the golf ball solidly. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how going through. So if you were going through your stock shot, going through the bag and you're hitting a normal shot on the range, and you would never want to run through a red light. So what I mean by that is, if your feel doesn't match the pitch of the shot, then you shouldn't be hitting the shot. Okay. So if you don't feel comfortable hitting a shot over water into a tight pin position, don't hit it. Make sure you're always ready. So obviously red, use that colour coding system. So if it's a red light, wait. If it's an amber, then you're ready to go. And if it's green, then you're almost ready to go and you feel confident and you feel comfortable with the shot to complete the action. Okay. So if I was to say, I've got a target here. Well, obviously we're in the range, so there's no targets in front of us, and now the greenkeepers are cutting, so you've got to wait until that bypasses. But if I was to hit a high draw, okay, so I would feel like my club's coming from the inside and my hands are finishing nice and high. So high draw, high finish. Think about that. Low draw, low finish. Okay. So my feel matches the picture, right? So if I feel a high shot, then I've got to stay behind it. So feel a high draw to stay behind the shot. Okay. So my feel encompasses the shot. So if I was to stand over a shot and I'm just thinking about the feel of the shot and the picture, how am I going to manipulate that club face to try and get it back onto the target? I'm thinking about my feel, how my hands are going to work through impact. I'm not thinking about the mechanics of the swing. So don't think about the mechanics of the swing, just think about the picture and the catapult in order to feel like that we're going to hit the golf ball solidly. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is catapult. So what we've got here is the catapult, the weight going on the butt end of the club, and the club funnels down and around. So obviously the weight of the club, the club end makes the weight of the butt end of the club pop up the way. So if I was to put the club down, the butt end would pop up the way. So if I was to do that in the golf swing, so if I was to hinge my wrists on the way back, the butt end of the club pumps down the way. So the club funnels down and under, which pushes the arms up and over. Okay, so if I take the club back, butt end pops up, arms pop under, and as I come back down, the arms come around and over, because we've got obviously the butt end of the club works the club up to start off with. As it comes down, club head's got more weight than butt end club, so butt end stops, club head takes over. That's just the release, so right hand takes over left hand. Okay, so what we need to do is set up, so a drill to work on is set up our feet together. If I was to try and manipulate the weight in any way, I'd lose my balance by trying to shift too much weight. Okay, so the drill with feet together helps you transfer your weight correctly and allows you to work your arms properly. Okay, so the arms weigh about 14 pounds. So any direction my arms move, my weight should move. Your weight should naturally move if your arms move to that side. It's just a natural reaction of your weight being transferred over. So it's the central nervous system acting to what your arms are doing and what your brain's thinking. Okay. So what we need to do is let the arms fall. Okay. So feel the weight of the club. So the club's falling because of the weight of the club and gravity. The gravity has been pushed down, or the club head's pushing the club head down by gravity. Okay. So the club turns behind me, and the club's picked up by speed. Okay. So the club turns behind me, club moves away from the body, and as I start down the way, the club's on slowing down. As the club gets to maybe knee height, it speeds up. Okay, so take the club back, club drops down from the target. So from this position, the hands slow down. Okay, but if we were loading a gun, okay, the slowest point in loading the gun would be to start off with. Okay, so obviously we were pulling the trigger, and the trigger would just happen. Okay, so if we were to, it's like the same with the downswing, the longer you take to load the backswing, then the more power you're going to create into the downswing. Okay, if that's explained a bit more better and concisely. But if I was to take the club back, you never want to get ahead of momentum. Okay, so what I mean by that is, see a lot of golfers try to speed up from the top, which makes their lower body go ahead of the golf ball. When the lower body goes ahead of the golf ball, that basically, that restricts our full range of motion into the golf ball. So you never want to get ahead of momentum. Lunging into the golf ball, you lose the weight of the club, you lose gravity, you lose speed. So we need to focus on, when I take the club back, feel like the arms fall and my weight's positioned on the inside of my feet. As I come back down, the right arm takes over, left hand slows down. So if I was to get into a position where I'm loading the shaft correctly, so if I was to transfer my weight correctly, the shaft of the club would be in a poised position where there's a lot of weight positioned on the club, okay? So in order for me to start down, I have to clear my hips by using the catapult. So hips clear first, left hip gets out of the way, so I feel the weight of the club. So because my hips are turned, my arms have to fall into that position where my left hip's rotated, okay? So all the energy that we've created with the backswing will catapult into the golf ball, okay? So we want to return the counterweight, so return the weight of the club back into its original position, okay? So take the club back, let arms fall, feel like that the weight of the club, you feel the weight of the club, so club uses the hands to get, or the hands stop, club head takes over hands, and that's where you get that full release, okay? So catapult, let's talk about the weight butt end of the club, popping down the way, hands stop, then you get that release of the club. So if you've got any thoughts on that, let me know.